YouTube Zodiacs, what's good? It's your boy Gemini Raven back with another video. So in today's video, we're about to discuss the Jameis Winston suspension. First off, I want to start off by saying I don't want to offend anybody by what I'm about to say. It's just honestly my opinion, and maybe in the comment section you can give me some literature, or you can correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Jameis Winston has just been levied a 3-game suspension. Now, in most cases with domestic violence or obstructing the NFL's conduct policy, you'll most likely get 6-game suspension if you're on some like Greg Hardy, Ray Rice, Ezekiel Elliott type stuff. Now, in my personal opinion, Jameis Winston getting three games opposed to 6. I know a lot of people are going to be turned off by that because they're saying, well, how come the rule isn't concrete to where everybody gets the same thing? Number one, three games. I like it. I agree with it. It shouldn't be 6. Also kind of feel like there should be, unless it's murder or something like that, there should be some sort of statute of limitations, even though the NFL does run as its own entity opposed to the law. Because according to the police, Jameis was cool. Now, we all know Jameis has a little history of stuff as far as at Florida State. FSU did have to end up paying, I think, like $975,000 or $97,000 or something like that to settle for a settlement before he even went to the NFL, which is cool. But what I don't like about it is, if this happened 3 years ago, how come we just now hearing about it? And how come it's just now a problem? It's almost, in my personal opinion, it's almost like, I mean, if he stole some Skittles at the store, does he also get suspended for that? That happened 4 years ago. It's kind of like, you guys got to stop digging in these people's past and just let them play ball. Do I agree with what he did? No, I do not condone it. I don't think that's right. I grew up with all women. I think you should respect women to the highest form possible. But at the same time, I also strongly believe you just don't bring up random stuff in the past that's been the past. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying this is how he should have acted. But at the same time, I strongly believe like you shouldn't just be able to bring up random stuff and just act like it's okay, because it's not, you know. I feel like certain people have gotten off with different things. Like the kicker from the New York Giants a while back, maybe 2-3 years ago. I don't remember his name. He was beating on his wife or whatever, and he was still on the team, and nothing happened. And so it just doesn't make sense how, and I'm not saying it's race bias or gender bias or anything. I don't know, Monique, let's boycott Netflix type stuff. But I'm just a strong believer in that you shouldn't be able to dial too back into the past and still you know, let people face penalties for these things. But 3 games ain't too bad. I think it's more of a slap on the wrist. That's how a lot of people was looking at it. Me personally, I think it is going to teach him a lesson, because it's going to make his teammates mad. And when you don't get paid, that resonates with you. And the reason why, in my opinion, why he's not going to follow the pill is because he's still in his rookie contract. He's going to lose out on like $1 million, versus if he was making $20 million a year like he's about to be making if he re-signs. That would hurt his pockets, missing those 3 games. Now, Damian Woody said if he was Tampa Bay, he would flat out cut Jameis Winston, because for one, you have to send a message to the players that this isn't going to be tolerated, which I agree with him there. You do have to send a message. And also, what winning have they really done with him? Now, I understand the winning part. What winning would they, like, how much worse could they really be without Jameis? And I don't think Jameis is ever going to be that quarterback that we thought he was going to be or maybe it's just the team he's on. Maybe if he was with the Bill Belichick, he'd be looking a lot better. Not saying he'd be like a Garoppolo, but maybe he'd be looking a lot better. Personally, I do feel as a team. I feel Tampa's never really had anything since he's been there, far as on paper, or far as consistent or whatever. But I think, I personally, I wouldn't cut Jameis. I wouldn't cut him. I don't think you could cut somebody like that and just start fresh over. I don't agree with that. It's something I wouldn't do. I think you keep them. I think you give them another chance, and you let them know, like, look, man, if anything else happens, we ain't going to re-sign you. And if he does want to stay with Tampa, that's fine. But I think you give him a little bit less money as like, you know what, you would have made X, Y, and Z, but because you did this, and this, we can't pay you what we should, man. You gonna have to take, opposed to making that $20 million you want a year, we gonna pay you $15 million a year. And if he takes it, then cool. And if not, then you move on. But I think you give him another chance and you let him know, like, we believe in you, we want you here. You are a franchise QB, but at the same time, you gotta act like it and you gotta man up, you know. But that's all. That's my opinion on it. That's everything I gotta say on it. Obviously, it's different than the Ezekiel Elliott thing, so you can't really compare the 6-3 games, in my personal opinion. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott wasn't drunk; he was in his right mind. Jameis was drunk, plus it was 3 years ago. Plus, he didn't plop a boob out. He more or less just, I don't know, touched her. I don't know. I don't want to, like, compare oranges to apples and all that, but it is what it is, man. Take your three. Take the slap on the wrist, as a lot of people were saying, you know, move on. But it's your boy Gemini Raven. I want to say God bless. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos. Y'all know I'm a Raven fan. I can't wait for the season. A lot of movie reviews. A lot of stuff is going to be coming, man. Peace out. God bless you, dig?